Welcome to today's weekly satsang. I request Sri Ramnath Prabhuji and Vinayama to please start with their soulful bhajans. Pranams at feet of Swamiji. Over to you, Ramnathji.
प्रणाम स्वामी जी।
अज्ञान भरे संशय से भरे, अज्ञान भरे संशय से भरे, विपरीत विचारों से भी भरे, विपरीत विचारों से भी भरे, मन के अंधकार को दूर करे, मन के अंधकार को दूर करे, वचनामृत से तव बोध कृपा, मन के अंधकार को दूर करे, वचनामृत से तव बोध कृपा, गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा, गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा। पल पल पग पग जीवन पथ पर, पल पल पग पग जीवन पथ पर, गुरु साथ मेरे रक्षक बनकर, गुरु साथ मेरे पल पल पग पग जीवन पथ पर, पल पल पग पग जीवन पथ पर, साथ मेरे रक्षक बनकर, गुरु साथ मेरे रक्षक बनकर, बिसरूं न कभी ये प्रेममयी, बिसरूं न कभी ये प्रेममयी, आनंदमयी भवदीय कृपा, बिसरूं न कभी ये प्रेममयी, आनंदमयी भवदीय कृपा, गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा, गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा, मेरे जीवन का अवलंबन है, मेरे जीवन का अवलंबन है, बस एक यही मेरा बल है, बस एक यही मेरा बल है, गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा, गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा, महनीय कृपा, महनीय कृपा। जय जगदीश्वरी देवी सरस्वती, जय जगदीश्वरी देवी सरस्वती, नमनमिदं तव शिवपदकमले, नमनमिदं तव शिवपदकमले, जय जगदीश्वरी देवी सरस्वती, जय जगदीश्वरी देवी सरस्वती। त्वमसि निधानं सकलकलानां, त्वमसि निधानं सकलकलानां, त्वमसि निधानं सर्वार्थानां, त्वमसि निधानं सर्वार्थानां, निर्झरिणी त्वं चातुर्याणां, निर्झरिणी त्वं चातुर्याणां, दन्तरुचा शारद शशि विमले, दन्तरुचा शारद शशि विमले, जय जगदीश्वरी देवी सरस्वती, जय जगदीश्वरी
जनयसि वाचं चारुविलासं जनयसि वाचं चारुविलासं कलयसि विश्वमिदं सोल्हासं कलयसि विश्वमिदं सोल्हासं कुरुषे स्वान्तकमो विध्वंसं कुरुषे स्वान्तकमो विध्वंसं महिमा तव विश्वस्मिन् अखिले महिमा तव विश्वस्मिन् अखिले जय जगदीश्वरि देवी सरस्वती जय जगदीश्वरि देवी सरस्वती नमनमिदं तव शिवपदकमले नमनमिदं तव शिवपदकमले जय जगदीश्वरि देवी सरस्वती जय जगदीश्वरि जय जगदीश्वरि जय जगदीश्वरि देवी सरस्वती
धन्यवाद Ramnath ji for your soulful bhajans and Vinay Amma also. Now I request Revat Swamiji to please start with today's satsang. Over to you, Swamiji. Pranams.
Yes. Namaste to you all. Lots of love and blessings to you all. How gracious is God and how loving is nature, you see. They have brought us together to be able to think of divine. I remain immersed in God day and night. I can't think of the world now. You are in the world still, as if a boat floating in the ocean with stormy winds and raging waves. You are there in the world. And our meeting once in a way, it is so nice. I'll be in constant thought of you all, wherever I am, in whatever condition. You are in my thoughts, you are in my heart. So, when I see you physically, of course virtually, I feel elated. When I see you with closed eyes, when I sit alone, it will be an entirely different picture. I will be seeing you independent of your bodily existence. So, what is your spiritual status, what is our spiritual relationship. It's beyond the limits of time and space, beyond the limits of earthly existence, something eternal, something beyond. Well, today I wish to take and tell you something about the philosophy of life. It is not a new concept, but brought into the world in a new way. From the time human existence came, life, the understanding of life as a living process with certain achievements and goal, the philosophy of life comes naturally in the hearts of people. I have to live here in this world. I must have a philosophy of my own, which are the guiding principles of life. I shall live like this. I shall live with this aim, and I shall be doing my part in this world. Whatever be my philosophy, whatever be my aim, whatever be my goal, but in some way or the other, even a thief has his own philosophy of life. When I was in forest, when first I went to the forest life, I was new, entirely new. For months we were under tree like monkeys without any support, without any possession, in the wilds of Vindhya Hills. It so happened, first day we have been led by some unknown person to that land amidst the thick forests. There is no human existence there. We selected that place because it is not like the present world. The days in which 1980s, beginning of 1980s, when I went with another brahmachari, we did not have any access to information, or there might have been which we are unaware. We took the atlas and searched for a place where hills, rivers, forests are together and no human inhabitation. So, from the map, atlas, we came to know Madhya Pradesh is the best place, which is with suitable temperature and climatic conditions. So we ventured to go there with a vow not to possess anything at any time for the morrow, not to touch money, not to handle money, not to receive or keep anything other than what is required at that time. And we got down. One Swami helped us to go up to Itarsi, from there to Hoshangabad, and from there we entered the forest with the help of local people. And some on the other side, it was thick forest without any human inhabitation. We did not know after crossing the river where to go. This side is this small town, the other side is nothing, forest and hills. So we went, and one day we had, third day it was, we were without food. And then we were eager to find a place where we did not know what to eat, where to eat. Because we have entered into the forest place where no human inhabitation is there. So there a person came running and gave us a few plantains in the afternoon. That was the third day we were without food. And fortunately, he claimed himself to be, we don't know who he was, an old man. We were sitting in meditation, reading gospel. So after that he went away. Some hunger was appeased. The boy was with me, young brahmachari of 18 years. He ate even the plantain peelings because of the hunger, and we were not knowing what we'll get next time, when we will get next time. So we went there. I was climbing the hill and seeing where I can get a place to settle down. Another old man led us to a place called Badaband in the forest, where perennial water, crystal clear water is there. And then he left, giving us little rice, about half a kilo of rice, and a vessel to boil it, and a little salt. For the night, he gave us 2 rotis and went away. So, every day we would put 1 fist of rice and boil it in the morning. Night, one after the other, we would sit for meditation, putting fire. Then, in the same fire, we will keep the rice in the vessel. And by morning, it will be ganji. That we had 2 bowls that is made up of coconut shells for begging bowls. So in that we'll pour, offer it to Thakur and take in the morning, similarly at night. So that was our total food. And then we stayed there. Third day, what he gave was over. Fourth day, we were thinking of going somewhere. The person who led us told us, a little away, about 8 kilometers if you walk, there is a hamlet with a few houses. You can go once in a week or a fortnight, take your alms, come and live here safely. Then I thought, the afternoons when open rock was there. On that we to sit for meditation in the afternoon, which we are continuing here at 3:30 to 4:30 in the ashram. So we are sitting for meditation. We heard steps walking on the dry leaves. I opened my eyes and saw 2 persons are coming with Gandhi dhoti, half dhoti, open body, axes in the hand. They are coming. We thought, this is absolutely, there is no human existence there. How did these 2 people came here? They were surprised to see us. They were the Chambal people, in Chambal, the hiding dacoits they were. We did not know. We are so close to Chambal. And they were surprised to see us, and they suspected who we are. And we did not know Hindi properly, broken Hindi. We were sitting, they came, and we were covering with white cloth. We had shikar, not sannyasa yet. And then one of them stamped on the stone on which we are sitting. And our only possession was few books and a shrine. And they said, all this we are going to take away. I said, well, if you can read, it's very good. You can take them all. We don't have any other possession except a few books. And then they said, who you people are. Then we told why we have come for tapasya and all. Then they slowly started melting away. They felt as if we are their own children. So close they felt. They said, Maharaj, if you wish, if you allow us to serve you, we will be happy to build a kutia for you here. We have spent so many decades here. This is the first person who is entering our boundary, and it is, we feel it is our responsibility, but we will not give you whereabouts of us. But we will help you in every way to be comfortable here. We said, we can't have any possessions. We can't have a kutia. We want to live under a tree doing our tapasya. We don't need anything. A morsel of food, the one who left us here has told us to go to a village nearby, a hamlet with few houses. We will get our food there. Then I asked them, how you are living? What are you here? Then they said, we are hiding dacoits. We are living here. Then I was startled. I asked, how do you live? They said, we have about 20 families here. We hide and live. And no police, no military can find us out or attack us. We are safe. Then I asked, what do you do for your food? We point out a particular village. Formerly we used to attack the trains. We used to get what we want. Now in police, people are there in the, armed people will be there in the train. We cannot attack. So we go to the remote villages, identify who is having what. We will have backing force. We will go, attack, and we don't harm anybody, we don't touch anybody. Two important things we observe is we will not touch or harm women and children. Men also we ask to give whatever they have. If they make mischief or try to attack us, then we will raise our hands only on men. Then I said, then what? Then we will bring what each one you can enter. We are about 30-40 people will be going, and whoever enters whichever house and whatever he brings, there is a Kali temple we have made here in the forest. All will place in front of the mother and go away. Night, the leader among us, he was the leader, go to the shrine at night, do the worship of mother, take all that as mother's prasad, because we don't have an alternative life in this world, and share it equally, and till the last pi is spent, we will not go for an attack next time. See the principles on which they live. I asked them, do not the police catch you? He said, no, they can't catch us because we don't move away from dharma. We never touch women and we don't take drinks. The day it enters in us, we will be nowhere. They yield to that, and adharma cannot conquer dharma, she said. I was surprised. They are doing dacoitism, yet they have a philosophy of their own. They take every bit as the prasad of the mother, and you look at it until the last pi. I should not harm anybody, and they have their own people who will exchange whatever the products they want and all. They will give. See, and how they said police people cannot touch us. With what confidence they have the principle of life. They have philosophy of life. We understand now what is meant by philosophy of life. This is possible on the Indian land. And later on, when I was in charge of the hostel that we are running in Bangalore, few dacoits who have surrendered to the government, they were honored and brought, they came to the ashrama and I made them to speak to the inmates there. And they were, with tears, they were telling, we are dacoits. But we have never harmed anybody in this. If we see a beggar, if we see a person without food, we have sacrificed our food. What a noble heart, you see. We have taken from whom that they are able to part the money or possessions which they are not using. Their ornaments, their things, it is just hanging around the neck. Let me eat and let me share with the others who don't have. So that is the philosophy of life. Now, what does the philosophy mean? What exactly philosophy means? Because the philosophy, Indian philosophy, the Eastern philosophy and Western philosophy are entirely different. They move in the opposite directions because the Indian tendency and the Eastern tendency is to be inward, introvert. The Western is extrovert. Their mind and everything is outgoing. Ours is always ingoing. To search for the reality, to search for the truth. There it is how to live, because the climatic condition in which they live are such, the climatic conditions and other things, they have to totally be protecting their own body. The temperature goes to minus 30, minus 20 in the winter. So, how to live in that temperature? They have to constantly fight with the external nature. External nature is very, for us in India, it's so convenient, so pleasant. At all times, whatever you need, you get it. There is ocean, there are rivers, there are forests, there are coldest place. At the same time, there is the hottest place. At a time, all things that are available in the world, high hills, snow-clad peaks, deserts, and whatever you want is available in this India, which is absent there. In summer I can go to the coldest place. In winter I can come to the warm place for my safety. It makes my sadhana easy and pleasant. I can go inward. When man finds the external things are favorable, the natural tendency, because the plan of nature is evolution of man. When everything is settled down, now because westernization has entered, we don't feel like going inward. We are becoming extrovert little by little, but deep inside the same blood is flowing. The same current is yet there within us that makes us turn inward. So, therefore, the philosophy has taken two distinct versions in this world, one Western philosophy and Eastern philosophy. Eastern philosophy is headed by our Indian culture, Indian way of life. So, before we understand what is philosophy of life, we must understand what is philosophy. In Indian context, the philosophy is the things as they are, independent of our participation. I am an observer of this universe. I am the observer of this world. I am the observer of all people around. I am the observer of the life of every man, his nature. All these things, I am observer. Independent of observer, what is the reality? Independent of I, the man, as a part of nature, what is the reality? As it is, nature. It is my observation makes it limited because I am excluding myself from the nature, and as an observer, subject-object relationship is there. When I put myself into the nature and be nature to know the nature, I must dissolve in this nature. I must dissolve in the divine to know what is divine. Otherwise, it's subject-object. External view. I want the internal view, what it is by itself, independent of the observer. What the human life is, independent of my understanding of life. The natural tendency is to superimpose my ideas and see the things. Here, that is eliminated. Then the Indian philosophy is the essence of things as they are, as they happen, and the realities, the truth. What we see is different from what really it is. So when we give this to the, and it is always in relationship to the absolute. It is always in the relationship to the cosmic existence. In what background do we develop this philosophy? Now, the state of things as they are, I am observing, I am trying to understand because I have the power of cognition. I can imagine, I can think, I can dissolve myself in it, become one with it. Means how much of dedication, how much of my self-negation must be there to be that and understand that. Then I will see everything as a part of the cosmic existence. It is in relationship to the cosmic existence I value everything and understand the principles, eternal values. Now philosophy, basis of Indian philosophy has become such a thing that it is always looking at the absolute, eternal things. And the whole relative things, relative existence, the absolute existence is the background. The entire relative existence is the background, not I or my observation. The nature is the background. The commonwealth of life in this universe at various planes of existence is the background. The man on the lap of nature is the background with which the Indian philosophy stands. It gives the reality as it is. Why do we need this? Because the plan of nature is evolution. I have to evolve. The thing is, life. What is life to understand? Life has been a mystery at all times. From the ancient times, since the man came to the level of understanding, to have the self-identity and be aware, self-awareness and awareness of the nature around. When the awareness started coming, from that time we see there is constantly life seems to be a mystery. Because life begins like the dawn. The womb, the resting in the womb of a mother, a child, is like the dawn. The birth is like sunrise. Then the growing sun you see. the youth, all this so beautiful from birth to youth days, college days and all. It's so beautiful. But thereafter comes the noon scorching sun. The life, there is war. He enters the war field of earning, making the two ends meet, living with people. Constant struggle for existence comes into picture. Later on, there is the other part, the downward trend of the sun, the setting sun, the evening of life comes, the old age, the death comes, disappears, man. This makes the life a mystery. What happened? Where from did it come? Where did he go? Why did he come? Who brought us here? What was the purpose? There is nothing purposeless in this universe. Whatever is there, there is a definite purpose. And what purpose was fulfilled by my living here? Whole life. What was the purpose? Why did anybody bring me here? Who brought me? All these are the makes the life mystery. Where am I to go? What is this? Who am I actually? This makes the life mystery, and the philosophy is such this one. The Indian philosophy deals with three important things: Jiva, Jagat, and Ishvara. Know what is life, what you are. What is this world in which you are living? What is God? What is the beyond? What is the substratum? So this gives the secret, the rahasya, jivana rahasya, that is getting opened up. The revelations come from the unknown, what life is. All the secrets get opened once you try to and start understanding the three things. So this is the philosophy, Indian philosophy. When we come to the Western philosophy, our background, the philosophical background and basis is eternal, the manifested universe, all beings in the lap of mother, the life coming up, the nature governing the whole universe, the laws of nature, the strict and stern laws of nature, the inevitable things. All these are the background. The man on the lap of mother, nature, building up, bringing up. This becomes the background. When we come to the Western life, Western philosophy, the Western mind itself is extrovert. So, the Western philosophy tries to give meaning to life. Life must have a meaning. Life must be purposeful. Life must be free from all botherations. These things, their background is social background, society, family background, not the eternal things and the propensities of man. How does man behave? His behavioral pattern, the psychological setup of man. All these become the background of Western philosophy, and they manipulate. How they present the things is be good, so that you'll be happy. The things like this, resilience, that is sudden shocks. How do you come back to your normal state again? Somebody says something, you get upset. Immediately, next moment, you must be able to come to your normalcy. How to live in this world. How not to get affected. How to remain unmoved. These are all things the Western philosophy deals with. Now, the thing is, it is surface manipulating. I am manipulating the surface, but deep things are as they are. Will it leave inside forces? Sometimes you can suppress and keep things, they will burst back. One day we have to solve at the root level. The Indian tendency is to root level working. The Western tendency is to work at the surface level. So, just we'll see the meaning of life according to the Western philosophers, how it differs from ours. You see the meaning of life according to different Western philosophers. Their common consciousness is life must have a meaning and life must have a purpose. Now, the Platonism, the various, just I am giving a sutra like just a rough understanding. I am just bringing out the theme. Plato, theme, what does he say? The learn more, be good, is Platonism. Be good, Aristotelism. Be self-sufficient, Cynicism. Raise mine. Have pleasure now. How to live happily, how to live in this world. They have these quotations. He says, you will be happy, have pleasure now, be in the now, have whatever is available, enjoy. Hedonism, free yourself from pain. Pain is constantly, it's affecting you. You know, somebody telling something happening, something losses, this, that. How to come out from pain? Be somehow manage yourself to be free from pain. Epicureanism, be logical, don't suffer. Bring logic into this one. Because of this has happened. Don't worry about that. It will go away. Things like that. Be logical, don't suffer. Stoicism, defend individual liberty. See, in the house or in family life or in politics or in outward society, defend your individual liberty. Classical liberalism, what you expect others to do for you, you do. Do what you expect others to do for you. Kantian, Kant is the philosopher is called Kant. Kantianism, do whatever you like, life has no meaning. If you have a pistol, shoot. If you see something, rob. Nihilism, bring most good to humans. Sir, whatever you can do, charity, this, that, whatever you can do, bring most good to humans. Pragmatism, follow God's will. Theism, raise mine. Do whatever you like. Nihilism, bring the most good to humans. Pragmatism, follow God's will. Theism, make decisions and be positive. Existentialism, stop making sense of life. Don't judge anything, don't put anything in the pan. Just live. As things come, attend and go. Absurdism, absurdism, act in self-interest and common good. Humanism, life has no meaning till you give it one. You have to give meaning to life. Then it has meaning, otherwise it has no meaning. Logical positivism, care for nature, natural pantheism. See, this is how the Western, this one is there. Love people impartially. Mohism, do your duties to others, live an ordinary life. Confucianism, learn practical things. Legalism, follow the way, but none can tell you what it is. Taoism, everything is predetermined. Determinism, asking question leads to more confusion. don't analyze things or ask questions. Quietism. Be quiet. These are great philosophers' presentations. How to be in the world. They support it, give hundreds of examples how they have solved their problems of life and how they could come out. Because they deal with the most psychological parts and take the average happenings in the world. Life's meaning is different for each person. Subjectivism. Since only you exist, you know it. Solipsism. No, these are the things generally the way in which they understand life and give solution to life. Of course, they do solve our problems, but not forever. They are some solace at a moment, but the Indian way is to transcend the nature and go beyond. See, here they never bring divinity, spirituality, the eternal existence. All this they don't bring into picture at all. You are there, your problems are there. Try to solve with the nature. So it cannot be. Because we want eternal peace, eternal happiness. The Indian way is to leave things as they are, transcend. You cannot avoid suffering, you cannot avoid old age, you cannot avoid people around you. So transcend, grow beyond. Like a fish in the bowl grows to be led into the ocean ultimately. It grows on going, grow so that you grow beyond the limits of. And we aim at internal transformation. Ultimately, you must be able to love this world and serve this world, seeing divine. The manifestation of divinity, the internal transformation that we have to undergo, the transcendence, these things are brought into the Indian philosophical concepts. Now the main thing is you see how we are dealing with the two things. We want permanent solution, not temporary solutions. What we want is eternally to be free from nature. Nature, however, in the prison itself, you are going from one room to the another room. You are thinking, there a little more light is there, I will go and stay in that room. A little more there, little water is available, I will go there. Within the prison you are moving about. How long will you stay in that prison of nature? The Indian way is to transcend the nature and go beyond. Manifest you are divine. Manifest your divinity. See, even in the Swami Vivekananda tells to the Christian people, look, you have gone up to the Adam millions and millions of years ago to find out your sin, original sin, and you are calling yourself sinner. One step ahead could you not keep to see where from the Adam came? It is divine. Why don't you own that divinity? Why are you owning the sin of a person as yours? You went up to the Father in the heaven, again with qualities, name, Father in the heaven. One step ahead is the ultimate impersonal absolute, the Nirguna Nirakara. Why can't you go to the ultimate? From there you will see the life is the doomsday when the universe is going to end. It is the last day. All things will be decided. All jivas will rise and the you went up to the Christ, you went up to the Father in the heaven. A step ahead is the eternal divinity, eternal spiritual existence. And now, doomsday, what you call, when you go and see from there, doomsday do happen. Pralaya does happen, but it is the formation of seed for the next cycle that you don't see. Doomsday is not the doomsday, but formation of the seed for the next cycle. If you, as long as you have gone up to the Father in the heaven, this cycle is end. Go one step ahead to the absolute. You see cycles again coming and going. So our vision is entirely different. The Buddha who came out, what a transformation he underwent. Such a beautiful transformation. The inner transformation. We must aim at the transformation. How the change of direction entirely from one direction to the other direction, from the world to the divine, to manifest the inner divinity, not to seek and enjoy and throw and go away. The body will go away, but the soul continues its journey with all the dirt you have acquired by dragging things within. Now put out the things, expand. Why contract and hold certain things? Expand. Transcend the nature and go beyond into the eternal realm. The love, bliss, peace, absolute. So this is the Indian philosophy and the Western philosophical concepts. Do you understand the things? And we don't know. The Western minds are able to conceive and understand these things nowadays. And slowly they are, they know, now they know how great they are, how far they have gone. A step ahead. A step ahead is for the release. Otherwise, you have to again move in that same circle. Seed, plant, egg, hen, egg, and hen. Why not go beyond to the eternal life? So this is what we find what philosophy means. Philosophy is something that it is not a subject of study. Philosophy is not a subject of a thing to be lived. We have to live that life. Philosophy is something to be lived. We have to live that. That is why Indian philosophy is a life that makes you transcend all limitations, all bonds, and go beyond to the eternal existence. From where you will dissolve all the differences, see divine everywhere, because you are standing in the ultimate and looking at the things from whence all this has come. You will be able to hold the entire world, entire universe in your arms. That much of expansion. You are going beyond the limits of nature, and that is the plan of nature. So we are moving in when we say philosophy of life in that background. You see, Hinduism is in the background. You will see that this philosophy is there behind the religion. In other religion, there is no philosophy at all. It is not supported by philosophy that is related and looking at the absolute ultimate realities of things. Here, the religion is just to transcend the present situations of our existence, not to eternally. So the religion concept also changes as we go. So today we will stop here with these things. All right, any questions? We will continue this. This may go for a few weeks. But it is interesting to know the what is philosophy of life in a little deeper. I have sent a small this one yesterday. It must have reached you, but it is a comprehensive, shortest. You can by heart it, learn by heart. I mean, so this is a. It is beautiful. It is excellent way of that the article has come. And this I am going into a little deeper aspects, and this I will be separately writing the texts for you. All right, any questions? स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा. So shall we end then? All functions and all went very nicely, unimaginably. The heavenly atmosphere was there, and we hear in Puranas and Ramayana, Mahabharata, the Devatas shower the flowers from the heaven. We could feel that in our hearts. All who gathered in the evening forgot where they are, what they are. The whole atmosphere was charged with divine presence, as if Thakur Mother Swamiji is pervading this space and above. It was a grand thing. Beyond our expectations, the divine manifestation was there. And the white cloth issuing ceremony also went on in a solemn way. And that is about it. And we have become a little free time for a few weeks before the Shivratri and Thakur Sthiti Puja comes. Just 4 weeks and a week's rest, and 3 weeks we will be doing hard preparation for the Shivratri day. Because music practice, this, that, what will be done, how things will go on. Because a previous thing we had was a special occasion of consecration was there. This time we may not stay for the whole night, but all aspects of worship that was offered in the last time will be offered, and the 4 praharas worship will be done together in the first prahara itself. All the places, the 4 Swamis and myself will sit and do the worship, and which things will go on. And then up to Guru Purnima we have a little slack period. Thakur Sthiti Puja comes with the Shivratri. They come together. Shiva and Thakur will come together. All right, we will end for today. I will keep you in my heart and end. हे प्रार्थना जगदीश से यह स्वर्ग सम संसार हो, अति उच्चतम जीवन बने, व्यवहार हो, ना हम रहे अपने लिए, हमको सभी से गर्ज है। गुरुदेव ये आशीष दो, जो सोचने का फर्ज है। हम हो पुजारी तत्व के, गुरुदेव के आदेश के नित नेम के सधर्म के सत्कर्म के हो चीड़ झूठी राह की अन्याय की अभिमान की सेवा करण में दास की परवाह नहीं हो जान की छोटे न हो हम बुद्धि से हो विश्वमय से ईशमय हो राममय और कृष्णमय जगदेवमय जगदीशमय हर इंद्रियों पर ताब कर हम वीर हो अति वीर हो उज्ज्वल रहे सर से सदा निज धर्म रथ खंभीर हो अति शुद्ध हो आचार से तन मन हमारा सर्वदा अध्यात्म की शक्ति हमें पल भी नहीं कर दे जुदा इस अमर आत्मा का हमें हर श्वास भर में गत रहे गर मौत भी तो आ गई सुख दुख हमसे सम रहे गर मौत भी तो आ गई सुख दुख हमसे सम रहे सुख दुख हमसे सम